Say, mercy out here. And all the way in Switzerland. You're tuning into the Fire Radio, and you're listening to the African Diary Show with Catchy.
A very good afternoon to everyone who is there with us. Karibuni sana to another episode of the African Diary Show. I'm hoping you're doing great on this wonderful afternoon, Friday afternoon. Yes, 9 minutes to 3 p.m. right here in Nairobi. You can tell me what is the time on your end as we're getting to usher the weekend. But anyway, karibuni sana once again. My name is Katie. This is the African Diary Show, and of course, this is the Black Hot Fire Network. In case you're joining us for the first time, consider following the host. In case you are on YouTube, consider subscribing to the channel. In case you are on Facebook, consider befriending us over there as we get to our discussion of the day. Karibuni sana once again. I see Onesi in the building. Karibu sana. Thank you very much for joining me. I see Brian Mungu Mungai, IT Pato, and to the rest of the silent listeners who are listening to me via the radio. Karibuni sana. I'm battling a very, very bad flu, and I'm hoping to be able to finish up with a whole 1 hour show right here with you guys. But anyway, karibuni sana. Hope you'll be with me to the end of the show, and also we get to interact and discuss different matters, of course, coming from the different African countries. We started off our show with an amazing jam that was Omalay featuring who? Let me get it right. Yes, I hope you did get to jam and okay, that was Omalay. The jam was a reason. I hope you did get to jam and to eat, and I hope you are hoping to go back to one more jam with me right here, so that we be back with our quote of the day and also see what we shall be focusing on today's episode. Shout out to Delight, shout out to Goyo, shout out to Reggae Man, and Karibuni Sana. Make sure as you're joining us, you're tapping the screen and also you're interacting with me and tell me where are you tuned in from. In case you're joining for the first time, remember to hit that subscription bell. In case you are on YouTube, befriend us on Facebook, and also be a follower over there on TikTok. But anyway, let's go back to one more jam. This is a Diamond Platinums. The jam is Pounds and Dollars featuring Water Killer Man. I hope you get to jam and to eat.
Can you bless me for my body? Oh, make me sleep with somebody. I want you now. Don't go take it, daddy. Where we mama, daddy, more. Baby, put on your love for me now. Sweet me for party now. Make us spend money now. Put on your love for me now. Sweet me for party now. Make us spend money now. I will take the last for you. I'll take the last for you. And you go make me my for you. I'll make my for you.
My quote of the day is a very simple, just reminding you that you are responsible for your own happiness. Yes, you are responsible of your own happiness.
Baby, put on your love for me now. Sweet me for party now. Let us spend money now. Put on your love for me now. Sweet me for party now. Let us spend money now.
Take your balance for you, pounds and dollars for you,
And you go make me
my all for you.
my for you.
All the way to Switzerland.
Yes, welcome back. That is Diamond Platinum featuring Water Killer Man, and the jam is a Pounds and dollars. I hope you did get to jump onto it as we're getting started with our conversation right here. I see Manelo is saying Wagon is been a long Monday. It's been a minute. Where have you been? How are you doing? And Karibu Sana. I also see Binu Amin in the building. Karibu Sana Binu. And to all those who are just joining us, please make sure you're tapping the screen, you're interacting with me, and do let me know how is your Friday coming along. Uko na homa kama mimi. Manze, this flu is you know how it feels to have a flu that is actually starting and it's not coming out. But anyway, on today's episode, we shall be focusing on different matters. One of which, or the main focus of the day, is about the Kenya or the Central Bank of Kenya buying dollars to build foreign exchange results. And this is a crazy move. This is a stupid move, I'd say. But at the end of the day, you've seen how our currency is depreciating. As we're speaking, it is at 162. Yes, Kenyan shillings. $1 goes for 162 Kenyan shillings as we are speaking. And the last time we checked, it was 168 point something, 0.94 something. And right now, I told you the next thing we're going to see on Friday, it will be at 162. Wait and see on a Monday, it will be at 163. And this is crazy because at the end of the day, now this means that things will go crazy right here in Kenya. But anyway, away from that, we shall also be discussing about Comoros. Remember, Comoros held its elections on Sunday, and after that we are seeing that we saw the president was re-elected. This was Asumani was re-elected, and it seems like we have people who are not happy about the elections outcome or the winner, because I'm seeing that now there is a post-electoral protest, and it has led to one person dying, and also we have night curfew time, and also I'm seeing that we also have internet cut after the protest. And this is just crazy. Why does it always have to come from Africa, where we have post-elections violence? Why is it always like that? But anyway, those are some of the things we shall be focusing on, and later on we shall be going to Burkina Faso and see what is happening in Burkina Faso. There's a fresh coup attempt that was thwarted, or of course that's thwarted, and this is just crazy. This is actually the fourth time they are trying to assassinate Traore, because this is not a coup. They are trying to assassinate Traore so bad. So yes, there was a thwarted coup attempt, or yes, there was a thwarted coup, and this is just crazy. It is just crazy. It happened in 14th January, and man, they want Traore to go so bad. But you know why? He's the best leader we've ever had in Africa, or we are having right now in Africa, and this is why they want to assassinate him so bad. But anyway, let's get to the main focus of the day, or let's get to the conversations of the day before we even get to the main focus of the day, because we have a lot to talk about. I don't think I'll even make to the end of the show, but I'll have to, because ihoma inanipeleka vibaya. Anyway, on today's episode, just like I said, we shall be talking about different matters, and I want us to head straight to Comoros and what is happening in Comoros. Remember, on Monday, or before Monday, last week, but I talked about Comoros elections, and I told you these president Asumani, who was vying, or who was seeking for re-election, or for a fifth term as the president of Comoros, and he was re-elected. Of course, he won the elections, and he became the president. And it seems like now people are not happy about this. Of course, we know how corrupt Africa is. Of course, we know our votes doesn't even count when it comes to election, and that this seems like now these people I told you when we saw Asomani getting re-elected, it means that the cats with the big hat are not ready for a new puppet, and this is why he got re-elected. But the people of Comoros are not happy about it, are not happy about Asomani getting re-elected. And a second day of unrest in the Indian Ocean island nation of Comoros on Thursday, that was yesterday, January the 18th, left one person dead and at least 6 others injured, a health official said. The protest came after incumbent President Azali Assoumani was declared the winner in an election held over the weekend that was denounced by the country's opposition parties and fraudulent. And the announcement late Tuesday that Assoumani had won a third term triggered violent protests that started Wednesday when a government minister's house was set on fire and a car at the home of another minister was burned. Yes, and people also vandalized a national food depot. Several roads around the capital, Moroni, were barricaded by protesters who burnt tires. Riot police clashed with the demonstrators. Of course, this happens in every African country. The other time we were talking about Liberia. The other time we were talking about which other country? Congo. We were talking, previously it was Congo. Right now we're talking about Comoros. The same thing that happens in every African country. Look at these countries that have held their elections. None of it have gone or has gone peacefully or without the opposition coming and saying that the election was not free and fair. And why do you think that this is happening? Because our oppositions are planted there. We have planted oppositions. We have planned and organized oppositions. And this is why you find in all African countries, things are going the same. Yes, because our oppositions are planned, put there for a reason and for a purpose. Look at Kenya. The time we had elections, yes, people went to the ballot boxes, casted their votes. It doesn't mean that they elected the president, but yes, we finally got the president. What did the opposition do? It came with a lorry full of evidence that the election was rigged and the election was not free and fair. And after that, we saw the post-election violence or a protest, not actually violence. This time we didn't have violence, but we saw the post-election protest. After that, they had to accept and settle. And the last time I checked, the same thing happened in Congo. We had the Congolese people holding the post-election violence or protests. And these things or these demonstrations, these protests, they always lead to people dying. So at the end of the day, why do you think that this is a fate for African countries? Why do you think that this is only happening in African countries? Because we have planned puppets. Yes, our presidents are put there for us. Yes. And also, we don't elect them, get that right, because they are put there. We also have now oppositions that are put there. This is why it is always happening in all African countries. And it's like they use the same plan in all African countries. The plan is the same. Go, elect the president. The opposition comes and says that the election was not free and fair. Go for some few days, demonstrate on the streets. And then after some few days, calm down, cool down, tell the people to calm down. We are having a bipartisan, which never happens. And at the end of the day, who is losing right here? We have had one life that has been lost in Comoros. Who is at loss at this time? It is the citizen. They are the ones losing their people. They are the ones wasting their time thinking that this matters. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to any of these government officials, to any of these oppositions we are fighting hardly for. So it is just crazy. Africans need to get this right. they need to make sure that they are not being used by the oppositions, no matter how they love them, to go out there and call for kills, because it's not working. It is not working. These people don't care about you, and this is why they are using you. But my people, you can give me your honest thoughts about the same thing we're talking about as we get to continue with our show for today, and also as you get to let me know. After that, after the protest, we saw now there was a night time curfew that was installed. And people are told, let me check at what time the curfew is at exactly. So on that day, January the 18th, a curfew was in force from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. in Moroni, the capital, and Bambao region, and it's under Sandra. In the rest of the country, it was from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So it is just crazy. These people right now, they can't walk freely because now they have a curfew. They have anxiety and unrest in the country. And it is so sad that people are being used, but they don't notice that they are being used. But also still in Comoros now, I told you after the protest, we saw now the internet was cut after all the drama and the chaotic moments. And, this is just to make sure that people don't get the raw information or don't get to know what is happening on the ground. This is why they are cutting the internet. And authorities in Comoros have cut access to the internet in the wake of protests against the re-election of President Azali Assoumani, and one person has reportedly been killed and 6 others injured as police continue to battle angry opposition supporters in the capital, Moroni. Several roads in the capital have been barricaded and unspecified number of protesters arrested. A nighttime curfew has been imposed, just like I told you, from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. And the Electoral Commission on Tuesday announced that Mr. Assoumani had garnered 63% of the votes in Sunday's ballots to rescue a fourth term as a president. And the declaration triggered violent protests on Wednesday after opposition parties termed the results fraud and called for their cancellation. Buildings in the capital were vandalized, looted, and burnt, including the home of a minister. And this is what is leading to all this violence in this country. So what I'm saying is that African people, we need to do better. We need to realize that we are being used for the wrong things. We are being used for the wrong things and for the wrong reasons. These people will never bring you unga. They will never bring you food to your home. But when they need you to go and cause chaos in the country, you will be there. Why is this that? Whenever you need unga, whenever you need food in your house, they don't provide you with that. But whenever they need you to go and cause chaos, whenever they need you to go and demonstrate, you're always there. Ask yourself a question. Why are you always there for a person who is never there for you? Why are you always there for a person who is never there for you? Because they will always have a reason to call you and go and demonstrate, telling you that the elections was stolen, or the elections were stolen, and the elections were not free and fair, and we need to go and demonstrate about it. And as much as you go, remember that this person is only concerned about themselves. This person is actually doing their role in that government. Yes, the opposition's role, and we know very well that the opposition is set up a team that is set there or put there. I believe its role is to cause chaos. It's to make sure that the government is doing the opposite of what it wants. So, yeah, you'll find that the opposition is always opposing on everything because that is its work. This is why it is called the opposition. So the opposition will always have a reason to oppose everything the government is doing because that is its work. And especially right here in Africa, knowing very well that this is a planned opposition, it is always going to find the things the government is doing is not right, because that is its work. But anyway, my people, remember not to be used for the wrong reasons. I keep on reminding you, these people don't care about you. They are just doing their work. I say Baba Vema, poor sana Baba Vema, and Asante sana for joining me. Shout out to Bet Match, I see you in the building. Zaza, I see you in the building. General Mosquito, Karibu Sana, and to the rest of the silent listeners who are with us, Karibuni Sana on today's episode. And going back to what is happening in Burkina Faso, or going on to what is happening in Burkina Faso, there has been a thwarted coup. And this is just crazy because the other day also we saw the thwarted coup as well, where we had these people trying to assassinate Traore, but the spokesperson of the government of Burkina Faso denounced that day, January 18th, what he called an attempted attempt at destabilizing the Sahelan nation. He said a coup attempt had been foiled and alleged coup plotters arrested. And he citing findings of preliminary investigations. Limtamba Jean Emmanuel said that the coup was scheduled to take place on January 14th, of which it didn't take place. And of course, they were going to try and assassinate Traore. He added that a network of military officers, some retired, some active, as well as civilians and activists, conspired to destabilize the institution of Burkina Faso. The network allegedly sought to target citizens' watch bodies to sway the people's support for the ruling MPSR. That is a patriotic movement for safeguard and restoration. Foreign funding was being unblocked for the accused to proceed with their plan, the statement further reads. And it's just crazy. They are going to try the hardest way to get rid of Traore. And this is just crazy. And I think, okay, an undisclosed number of people were detained for questioning, and technical analysis were carried out. Hey man, my chest is so painful. The government spokesperson said intelligence services and defense forces were vigilant, and it is the fourth coup attempt authorities in Burkina Faso have claimed to have thwarted since Captain Ibrahim Traore took power by force in September 2022. It is just crazy, and this is going to happen for they are going to happen until they get rid of Traore. And you know, there's something Dimore said once here, and it seems like this is true. There is no room for good leadership in Africa. There is no room for good leaders in Africa because they are all killed. Look at the good leaders we used to have as African people. Where are they right now? They are all killed. Look at Magufuli, who was previously killed. There was this other woman that was lately killed. You see, the only good leaders we had as Africans, they are all killed. And right now, they are trying to assassinate Traore. And, you know, people might think that this is an attempted coup, but the real plan is to assassinate Traore. The real plan is to get rid of him. And this is what is going to happen. And these people are not going to stop. They will not stop until they do it. They will not stop. It is just crazy, and I'm hoping that now Traore will be strong and firm, and also try to find some military who are also ready to fight. Because we have a gang that is ready to attack him. So they need to find a person or the team that is also ready to fight. I think is saying, damn Katie, another one, yes, another one. They were planning to attack the country on 14th of January. Luckily, it didn't happen. And it's going to happen again. It's going to happen. We are going to hear it more than even 5 times, more than 6 times. We are going to see it. And you know, at the end of the day, we know very well what they want. But I think it is saying, I told you, Katie, they are not going to stop. They are not going to give up. They are not going to give up. Shout out to Tonio. Thank you very much for joining me. And okay, as I get to continue to other different matters. That one distracted me. Anyway, as we get to continue to other different matters, this is about the Kenyan government. And yesterday I announced, or I talked about how our currency has depreciated right here in Africa. Or the currency has depreciated right here in Kenya. And I'm seeing that the government or the central bank of Kenya is buying dollars to build the foreign exchange reserves. What type of madness is this? Okay, you need foreign exchange reserves, but do you need to buy dollars with a little now? Your money, you know very well you're spending a lot of money to get these dollars. Do you need to continue doing this? I told you right now, $1 is going at 162 Kenyan shillings, and the last time we checked, this was on Wednesday. Man, this flu is finishing me. Excuse me. So the last time we checked, it was on Wednesday, where we saw that the dollar was going at 161.94 something. I don't remember the entire number, but I told you and I promised you this. We will check this on Friday and see. The dollar will be at 162. And I don't lie, it is at 162.00 cents. So until how long, or until when are we going to see now the Central Bank of Kenya buying more dollars for the exchange reserves, or for the reserves, because, or for foreign exchange reserves? It doesn't make sense. I don't feel like this makes sense at all. This is not the right way to deal with the problem. I'm so kid, but this is not the right way to deal with the dollars. With the problem. Imagine now we are buying dollars to sustain the exchange or foreign exchange reserves. We have to buy dollars with the little money we have, or with the, we're using so much money to get to $1, of which even the dollar right now, okay, we saw the dollar some time back, the dollar was depreciating, but right now it's not actually performing very well. But look at the dollar against the euro. Look at the dollar against the other currencies in the foreign exchange reserves. It's not performing any good. So why are we doing this? Why are we relying on this? The last time I also checked, our president said that we don't need to trade using the dollar, while we can trade using the Indian rupee. Was it the Indian rupee? Is that the Indian? Let me check. Yes, this is what he said. He said that we don't need to trade using the dollar, while we can also use the Indian rupee. And we had the Indians giving us some loans. So why are you changing right now that you need to buy the dollars with our currency and put it? Is it because that it is the only currency that determines the market? Or is it, is it the turn of the market? It doesn't make sense for me, and this doesn't look like a good move for the country. But I see Kid is saying, I thought Ruto said get rid of your dollars. Yeah, that is what he said some time back. And after that, he said that we actually don't need the dollar, while we can easily get the Indian rupee. But right now, the central bank is buying dollars Just like the way I could decide to save my money in dollars, the central bank is buying dollars. But I see Love Story Jean is saying, I'm having it very welcome. Thank you very much, Manze, for your generosity. I also see you're saying my dollar was washed away with her. With who? What do you mean? Anyway, away from that. So until when now do we need the dollar that the Central Bank of Kenya is buying dollars for foreign exchange reserves? I think here you're saying, yes, Katie, the dollar is king, it's king, but look at its value now against other currencies. Look at the value of the dollar against the euro. Look at the value of the dollar against the pounds. Performing. Of course, it has also depreciated, of which it's not lovely to see. So at the end of the day, this dollar that we are buying might end up even getting us to big problems. It might end up bringing us more problems that we think that we are solving. But the Central Bank of Kenya has switched roles to become a net buyer of the US dollars with the view of building up foreign exchange reserves. The International Monetary Fund has disclosed, according to the CBK, foreign exchange reserves stood at $6.829 billion. $6.829 billion, equivalent to 3.7 months of import cover. The central bank has a target of maintaining an import cover of at least 4 months. Forex reserves give a country the ability to finance imports, pay foreign debt, and maintain financial stability. And while the Apex Bank has traditionally been the seller of hard currencies or dollars in the market to the ease demand-supply mismatches, the disclosure shows that CBK has silently accumulated dollars amid a non-intervention stance in the foreign exchange market. The Central Bank of Kenya has made small net forex purchases in recent months, reversing the periodic forex sales since earlier in the program in response to shocks. The IMF noted, and this whole project is being conducted by the IMF. Imagine Kenya's official reserves, which are largely dollar dominated, had and held at the CBK, have declined recently on the back to large debt service payments and the absence of major inflows of the hard currency. The central bank of Kenya will traditionally buy hard currency directly from the market at prevailing rates silently, but has on occasion disclosed plans for such transactions. In March 2020, for instance, the central bank announced that its intention to purchase $100 million, that is 10.1 billion Kenyan shillings at then exchange. The rate each month until June of the year that grows its profit. But anyway, at the end of the day, I feel like this is a losing, thing we're doing right here. And I don't feel like this makes sense because at the end of the day, this dollar, we need to get rid of this dollar. So it's not making sense of us going for the dollar all the time, while we know very well we can get rid of it. But also, I think it is saying, the rupee is nonsense. That rupee is nonsense. Of course, it's nonsense. Of course. Imagine your country or your president is going to borrow from one of the countries with the biggest slums in the globe or in the world. Your country or your president going to borrow from one of the countries that are known to be so poor in the globe. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And this classifies now Kenya as a poor country. And this is why these people will keep on taking advantage of us. Look at the Indians. Ruto borrowed some money from Indians. I remember very well. And here I come that this bank, the Indian bank, how do they call it? Exism. I don't remember the name, but he will come the bank. He got money from the Indians, and he said that why strive to get the dollar when you can easily get the Indian rupee, which is very stupid. But my people, you can let me know what you think about this as we get to continue. Man, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to talk again. So let me share a video right here. I have two videos right here. One is about the Ugandan minister telling Biden and the West to stop the nonsense. And this is about, let me get it right. This is about bullying. So the Ugandan minister is telling Biden and people to the nonsense of bullying Africa. And we know that there has been a narrative of Africa. We have even to obey to what they are saying. Some time back, I shared a video of Museveni saying a no to the West or to the US building a military an army base in Uganda. He said no to it. Right now, we're seeing a Ugandan minister saying or telling the West, stop this nonsense of thinking that you can bully Africa. But you know, these African puppets, they are always talking. They always talk. And remember, talk is cheap. Even Wakadinali said, talk is cheap. So if you continue talking and there's nothing you're doing and there's nothing you're doing to let these people know that you are tired, you don't want their nonsense, it doesn't even make sense. But anyway, let me share this video. I don't know what is happening, man. The internet is too slow and okay. I'm trying to share my video. The internet is so bad today. Let me try and reshare again. My head is heating up, my chest is aching, and this very bad flu, I don't know where I got it from, and it's still not yet out. I don't know what is waiting for, but it's actually disturbing me so bad. Let me share this. The internet is so slow over here, so bear with me kind. Shout out to Kajo too. I also see somebody saying, Kizo is saying Kikuyu inataka kuingia man. And yes, kid, I'll drink warm water once I get home. Okay, here is my video. I hope you guys can see my screen. To all those who are with me on TikTok, the audio is very audible, so just stick there and listen to the video.
And tell of those school ground bullies that and we will not take that nonsense from you. Police countries of the world. I think the time has come for we are so sovereign, independent countries. I think the time is now right for us to that we do extend down for the 55 years after independence age. We're capable of managing our own affairs, and we cannot be told what to do or know what to do. And we should do what if there's any mistakes in those decisions on mistakes. Us who lectured us on how to do or manage our affairs or not to manage our affairs. If you look at the membership of NAM, and you see the membership of G7 plus China, you come to underdeveloped countries, and they're classified as such by World Bank. But nevertheless, they form a very big, significant population and number of countries in the world, and as a bloc, it could be very influential in determining many issues on the world stage, in the international, in the United Nations and other international forums. The amount of natural wealth that those countries have, human resources have, is so powerful that if properly managed, properly correlated.
You know, one thing about African leaders or African puppets, they will talk. They know how to talk. Very good talks. They will give very good speeches. I don't know where they get them from, but most especially, they will come lie to you. They will come and tell you everything that you want to hear, everything that you'd love hearing coming from them. But at the end of the day, when it comes to act, they don't act. They don't do anything. This is why I'm telling you, talk is cheap, but action, manze, this is where you get to know that these people didn't mean anything they said. This man, we know very well that we even have these leaders talking or giving speeches that are AI generated because they don't mean anything they are coming to tell you. They don't mean anything that they tell you whenever they are giving the speeches. So at the end of the day, they know very well that they are not going to do that. That doesn't concern you. But instead of coming and not telling you anything, they'd rather lie to you. But anyway, family, we're taking a short commercial break. I hope you are with us till the end of our show for today. And also keep on interacting with me to all those who are with us on TikTok.
Windy Springs Water Refill Station. Quench your thirst the sustainable way with Windy Springs Water Refill Station. Are you in search of pure, refreshing drinking water that's both convenient and affordable? Look no further than Windy Springs Water. You gotta go to destination for premium purified drinking water. Call 0742-143869 to stay hydrated. 0742-143869 to stay hydrated. Located in the heart of Everett Center, opposite Quickmart Supermarket, Windy Springs offers variety of sizes to fit your hydration needs. Choose from 500 milliliters, 1 liter, 5 liters, 18.9 liters, and 20 liters available to refill at incredible price of just 250 shillings. That's not all. Experience the convenience of doorstep deliveries. Just call 0742-143869 and Windy Springs will bring the freshness of pure drinking water right to your doorstep absolutely for free. Planning an event or a wedding, Windy Springs caters to all occasions. Ensure your guests are staying hydrated with our quality purified water. Making your special day even more memorable, call 0742-143869 for incredible deals. Stay refreshed, stay healthy with Windy Springs Water. Visit us today at Everest, Ongata Rongai, and stay hydrated.
Yes, welcome back. And moving on forward to other different matches as we're getting closer to winding up with our show for today. This is about something I talked about yesterday, and it was about Bobby Wine. And I mentioned, or yesterday, I actually didn't talk about Bobby Wine, but I talked about people, homeless people in Uganda being detained because ahead of the summit, because we have foreigners coming to the countries and they don't have to see that we have street people or homeless people in Uganda. So we had kiosks being demolished. We had homeless people being detained and being kept in those police stations or in those what do we call them, jails. And this is just crazy. But I saw Bobby Wine calling for a conference, and the protest was aimed at a non-aligned movement or a conference. And this is just crazy because at the end of the day, why would you want to destabilize the country while we have or we are expecting guests? I know very well that the summit doesn't mean any good for every African countries, but this is a very bad image, and this is why I believe that it's a parliamentarians, and also we had the cabinet secretaries being taken or being tweeted on how to behave around the guests. But anyway, yes, there was a protest that was aimed at the conference, and a planned protest in Uganda capital, Kampala, on Thursday was deliberately timed to coincide with the city hosting the summit of the non-aligned movement. Opposition leader Bobby Wine has told the BBC's Focus on Africa television program. Earlier in the day, Bobby Wine said he was under house arrest after security forces prevented him from leaving his home. The police said they had taken some measures to stop him from instigating some people to hold unlawful assemblies and political demonstrations. And I believe now when these people were going to go out, this was a political demonstration, but it was right for people to demonstrate for their kiosks being demolished, for the homeless people being detained, because the government has no right in now. If they are not building a shelter for these people, they have no right to take these people from the streets. Imagine taking homeless people to a jail just because we have a summit that is going to happen in your country. It sounds insane. It sounds crazy. They demolished people's kiosks, and this means that they brought the lifestyle of some people to a standstill or to a stop just because there is a summit. Remember the number of roads I was talking about that were crossed because of the summit. It's just crazy with what is happening with African countries. We can't stand on our own things. We cannot just, stand to see, or we cannot stand to the fact that we have homeless people in Africa. We have homeless people in Uganda, and we know very well that it is not only Africa that has homeless people. Homeless people are everywhere. Go to New York, go to the US, go to everywhere. You'll find homeless people. But now the Ugandan government opted to detain them and keep them in jails. I don't know if they are being fed. We don't know that because nobody is talking to us about that. But at the end of the day, this is a very, very, very bad image. And I believe that these people should be punished, or the government should apologize to this and release these people they are holding captive. But I see Brands is with us. Hi to you too, Brands. Asante Sana for tapping the screen and for being with us on today's episode. A government spokesperson said the planned protest was simply a publicity stunt to disrupt the ongoing meetings with the constituents constitutes breaches of public order and peace bordering on criminality. But Bobby Wine told the BBC that holding protests was a constitutional right. Yes, it is your constitutional right. But why do you wait until when there are visitors in your country? This is when you're thinking of holding protests. This is not right. And this is why I'm telling people, avoid being used by these politicians for the wrong reasons. We should avoid this. And I was just from talking about Comoros and how the oppositions are using the citizens to conduct demonstrations. And who end up losing their life? It is only the citizens. You'll never had a politician got shot. You'll never hear that Julius Malema got shot. You'll never hear Raila got shot. You'll never hear all these Bobby Wine got shot. You'll never hear all these oppositions in trouble. It is only you as the citizen losing your life, getting shot, and at the end of the day, you're going to sleep hungry in your house or in your home. Your family is waiting for you to bring bread, but you are busy demonstrating just because the opposition called you. It is just crazy. It is so sad, and this has to stop. You need to stop being used by these politicians for the wrong reasons. When they call for the demonstrations, you feel like, yes, I can go. When they call for demonstrations, and this is for their personal reasons, you feel like, yes, I can go. You cannot just have confidence to wake up and call your fellow citizens to go and demonstrate. But when a politician is calling you to go and demonstrate, you're there. You are there, so willing to demonstrate. And it's so sad. It is so sad. And mostly you will find that these people are the ones in stinking poverty. Imagine, right now, we have people that their kiosks have been demolished or have been demolished in Uganda. But these are not the people who are going to demonstrate. They are not the people who are going to demonstrate. We have now people who are being mobilized by Bobby Wine for the wrong reasons. Because if you even ask them, why are you demonstrating? They don't even have an answer. They're just there because Bobby Wine said, let's go and demonstrate. What if you get killed in the line of demonstrating? Who will come to help you? They might contribute to your burial. And then after that, your family is left without their loved one. Man, my people, my African people, let's avoid being used for the wrong reasons by these politicians. Remember, when you lose your life, when you lose your loved one, they are not losing anything. When you're starving to death, they are not starving with you. When you don't have hunger for dinner, for breakfast, for lunch, they are not having. When you're skipping meals for you to be able to have dinner, or maybe for you to be able to have another meal, they are not doing that. So avoid and stop being used for the wrong reasons. But I see we have brands with us. We also have Kid you say, Lord, exactly 100% KT sadly, and also brands is saying, yeah, for sure, 100%. Only citizens get affected by the by this politic effects. Yes, because we allow ourselves being used to be used for the wrong reasons. But I see Kid is saying, because I'm ignorant, Katie, I don't know any better. Very true, they are ignorant, they don't know any better, but they need to know that these people are just using them for their own personal gains. Their own personal gains. But my people, we shall wrap it up right here. Asanteni sana for keeping it the Black Hot Fan Network. I hope you have enjoyed the conversation. See you on the Rhythm Scoop Show. And man, I'm the one hosting. Hey, this is not my day. I'm the one hosting, and I'm hoping to see you there. Keep it interactive as usual, and remember to make sure that you hit that notification bell to all those who are with me on YouTube for you not to miss the show. And also, in case you're just joining, please watch a replay. We have had an amazing conversation up there, and I'm hoping that you will get to enjoy. Okay, kid, I'll try to convince her, but it's okay. I can do it. I think I can just do it. But anyway, see you later on the Rhythm Scoop Show. I really enjoyed the last part of your day, and I'm leaving you with this jam that we were listening to. This was a Diamond Platinum's Water Killer Man, and the jam is at pounds and dollars.
This is for my body. Don't make me sleep, it's how my beat. I want you now. Yo, don't go baby, well, we're my body. Daddy,